Divorce. It's a word we've all used and heard. For some, it is a very distant concept. For others, a lived reality. But today, I want to invite you to take a step back and look at it differently. Not just as a legal procedure, but as a social and moral issue, and see how the Catholic Church responds to this difficult part of human life. What is divorce? Simply put, divorce is the legal dissolution of a marriage. It's when two people who once vowed to spend a lifetime together decide, often painfully, to part ways. According to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, marriage is a covenant by which a man and a woman form with each other an intimate communion of life and love. But why is divorce a social problem? Because marriage isn't just personal. It affects families, communities, and even societies. Divorce can lead to emotional distress, especially for children. Studies show that children of divorced parents are more likely to experience anxiety, academic struggles, and even trust issues in their own relationships. It is not just a social issue, but also a moral one. Because it involves broken promises, pain, and even sometimes betrayal. From a Catholic perspective, it is seen as a grave offense against the natural law because it breaks the covenant God intended to be permanent and life-giving. Of course, not all divorces are the same. Some may happen because of abandonment, serious harm, and most oftentimes abuse. And the Church acknowledges the complexity of these situations. So how does the Church respond? Not with judgment, but with truth and compassion. The Church teaches that while civil divorce may sometimes be necessary, for example, to protect a spouse or children, remarriage without annulment constitutes adultery. But this doesn't mean that the Church turns it back on those who are divorced. Pope Francis reminds us that the divorced and remarried are not excommunicated and should not be treated as such. They're always part of the Church. The Church calls for understanding, accompaniment, and discernment, and encourages couples to seek healing, even reconciliation if possible. Divorce is real, it is painful, it is complex, but through the lens of Catholic social teaching, we are reminded of the dignity of every person involved, the spouse, the children, the extended family, and are called to respond with love, justice, and truth.